Good afternoon, this is Steve Matza with Tribal Knowledge, episode number 15, jump starting a dead battery in your car. There are some cautions that you have to be aware of. So let's start with the beginning. We're going to open up the hood. We've got a Cadillac and a Mazda. And the hood release is usually by your left knee.
Do it again, please. Thank you.
Then there's a hood release. Feel around underneath until you feel a flat bar. Lift it up slightly. Now sometimes the hoods are counterweighted and will stay up by themselves. Many times there is a rod across the front that you need to pull up and put into a located hole that's marked. All right, but the Cadillac doesn't have that. All right, then we'll open up the Mazda hood.
One sec.
Again, the hood release is by your left knee. Only need to pull it once, just showing it for effect. Again, we're feeling for the release. This particular car has a sideways push release, and this car does have the support rod and a located hole with a big arrow on it where to put the support rod. Okay, now we're going to grab the jumper cables, I think out of the trunk of the Caddy. Jumper cables, they're a medium gauge wire. They make them a little thinner, a little thicker. The thicker the better. The thicker wire will carry more current. So we're going to hook up to the battery in one of the cars. Obviously the cars are nose to nose. If you're in a driveway, you're pretty safe. If you're on an active roadway, always watch out for traffic. Now, the hookup to the batteries, the convention is the red alligator clip is always positive, black always negative. All right, and the batteries are always marked with clear markings. Again, to repeat, the positive terminal, there is a marking over here. We're going to pull off the protective cap because the positive terminal is the dangerous one. The negative terminal has a heavy cable going to the frame of the car. The entire frame of the car is the negative connection. That way you only need one wire to finish a circuit. So we're going to put the red alligator clip, it's got some nice copper jaws on it, and put it snugly on the positive terminal. Wiggle it a tiny bit, make sure you got a good connection. The black alligator is going on the black negative. All right, now we have to hook up to the other car. Now the Cadillac has a very crowded engine compartment and everything is covered. The battery is actually in the trunk. So I'll just show you that in the meantime. And then when you actually jump the cars, the car that is good has to be running. All right, you don't want to overload the battery. If it's running, the generator will keep the battery charged. All right, so we would normally hook these up to the battery in the other car, and we'll just show you the connection in the back of the Cadillac. All right, the Cadillac we're pretending is dead. All right, now we're going to hook up to the battery in the trunk of the Cadillac CTS. It's pretty rare when a car battery is in the trunk. And again, just a reminder that the positive is always the red alligator clip. All right, I'm going to put on the negative one first. All right, and the positive terminal again is protected. All right, and then we attach the red one to the positive terminal. All right, and now we're gaining electricity from the Mazda. All right, we'll let it sit for about a minute, put a lot of electrons into this battery, then we'll try and start this car, and I'm sure it will start. If you've had the problem in the first place, you probably need a new battery in the dead car. There's also the possibility that there's corrosion on the terminals. If you see any white powder on either of the battery terminals, it's possible you have a bad connection between the car cable and the battery terminal. So that you can just clean up with a bristle brush and make sure the terminals are very tight on the battery studs. All right, we're back at the running Mazda automobile, and the Cadillac is now running on its own. So I'm going to take the jumper cables off, just lay it down on the floor for a moment. And something that I occasionally like to do is take a yellow crayon, a yellow China marker, and mark the terminals for the next time, because they can get pretty dirty, and if it's at night, a yellow China marker is going to make it really stand out. After you have successfully jumped the car, we're going to carefully close the hood, remove the support rod
While holding
the hood up. While holding the hood up, put it back into its clip, pull it down about halfway and let it fall. It'll lock itself. It's all the way down.
you do with this one too.
And then the Cadillac. And that's it, we're done. Stay tuned for the next Tribal Knowledge. Please subscribe, and after you subscribe, ring the bell so you never miss a video.